Milton. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. So, Milton, tell us who you are, where are you from, and what you do.
Okay, hi. I'm Milton Go. So I'm from Singapore. I'm currently working in VMware as a consultant. So my day-to-day job is all about implementation consulting, architecture consulting, meeting client from SMB to big enterprise, solving their enterprise wounds, etc. And more and more is to implement VMware solution, particularly in the AirWatch space, mobility space into enterprise.
So you're actually using PowerShell a lot?
Well, about 20 to 30% of my time, in fact, actually, PowerShell is not that well adopted in VMware at the present moment, or I may not have interface with PowerShell that much. It's more about architecturing. As much as I would love to use PowerShell to complete my day-to-day work.
Sure. So at the PowerShell conference, you're an organizer here. You've been putting a lot of effort in the whole process. I mean, I've seen you organizing different things, and PowerShell conference, so far it has been so great. Everyone loved it. So what's your experience organizing this and whatever is happening here?
So this is a fantastic experience that I had with Matthew and Ben, and of course, first time working with Ravi. So yourself. I think this is a fantastic idea that we have adopted from the US, and later on it's a Euro. So this is the first time we are doing this in Asia Pacific, and we hope to advocate and spread the PowerShell knowledge around the whole Asia Pacific region. And so we are really excited about this, and we have started to plan this 18 months ago. So this is fun. This dream has finally realized, and with all the effort that everyone put through, including all the attendees, this is a successful event.
Well, everyone is loving it.
Yeah.
I spoke to a couple of attendees and they just love it.
Yep.
Right. Let's get back to PowerShell.
Sure.
You've been using PowerShell, and what are some of the features that you think are the most useful in your day-to-day activities or outside of it?
Well, I'm actually a general PowerShell user. So as and when I require to perform certain tasks on Windows Server, I will try to complete it within using PowerShell. So, for example, for things right now, what I'm doing or what I'm advocating right now is that, so for enterprise that is deploying particularly the AirWatch solution, I will try to rope in the infra administrator in such a way that I could introduce them to DSC. Because in this world of high availability and disaster recovery, we want to make sure that all the configuration is the same as and when you scale up and scale down. So want to make sure that whatever prerequisite that's required for one server solution compared to a 3-server or multi-server solution will be easily add on without any worries that things will break when you present it into the load balancer. So as a general user of PowerShell, I'll just pick up any script that is open source shared around in GitHub, try to reuse some of the solution, make some little changes, make sure all the effort of other scripters are being recognized. And myself, so I play around with some simple commandlet, try to write up some script that is useful for my day-to-day operation.
So if there's one thing that you don't like or you think it can be improved, what is it in PowerShell?
So it's definitely the help resources in PowerShell. So I began as a beginner too. So I went through that phase where I start to learn PowerShell. First thing is that every of the advanced users say, hey, look at using get help. So every time when I look through the help document, either the example are too vague, information is not enough. It takes me more than one step, meaning that I can't just get whatever information I require within that PowerShell console. I still need to Bing it, to Google it, and you still need to search online for other example where people have really deep dive deeper. I mean, the help is quite substantial for now, but it's still not there. So it requires certain improvement, in my opinion, for beginner to adopt it.
All right.
Yeah.
So for those who are getting started, you definitely mentioned help. For those who are getting started with PowerShell, what's your suggestion?
So there's tons of, if you ask me this question a couple of years back, getting started with PowerShell may be quite hard because resources are very scattered. But at the present moment in this year, particularly, there's so much information to get started with PowerShell. There's no reason that you can't find free resources online, like Channel 9, Pluralsight. Pluralsight need a subscription. There's so many webinars, there's so many user groups around the region that will be able to help in advocating, help you to get started with PowerShell. So there's definitely no reason that you can't get started with PowerShell. It's just whether you have the determination to cross this barrier.
Cool. Thank you, Milton. And one final question about the PowerShell conference again.
Yeah.
What is it there? I mean, for PowerShell conference in Asia in the future?
So this is the very first event that we are making happen within the Singapore hub itself, where the Singapore PowerShell user group is happening. So as we are starting to work with various technical expertise MVP, we would like to have it in other country next year and the many subsequent years that are ahead. So we are definitely looking at reaching out to users in Thailand, users in Malaysia, and definitely users in India. So we want to be able to have our presence around the whole region, and we want renowned speakers to be able to travel to different places to share their expertise and their knowledge.
All right, that sounds great. And thanks for your time, Milton.
Thank you very much.